Yeah. Dude, actually, you know what I heard? You know how like if you put your hand like your pinky straight out and your thumb straight out and your three fingers like curled in and you put it on your like face and it looks like a phone, like you're referencing a phone?
Yeah.
Okay. That is our reference for a phone. Do you know what like younger kids reference a phone now? They reference a phone by using a straight palm and putting it like near their face.
Yeah. I mean, there's also like the camera. I think people don't do cameras the same now too. Like with like the whole like pretending like you're holding a box in
Yeah.
between your hand and then pushing the button on the top.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no way they use that though.
Yeah, that's how I would do it. I think they would be like, "Fuck, that's so weird, right?" Yeah, they do this then. They do that to reference a phone. Like, call me. The fuck? Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so weird. So freaking weird.
No, like if I held up like a like a my hand like an open palm to my face, I would think like piece of paper,
Yeah, I would think like, "Are you okay? Like,
notepad,
are you do I have something on my face? Like, what are you doing? What the fuck?"
secret Russian symbol.
For real. I just like, gosh, it's a long fucking story. But I haven't, like, I didn't have a job except for, like, streaming. And it's been, like, weird because of everything going on recently. But,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I couldn't work. It's a long freaking story. Yeah. I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys
but
want
I
to
mean,
hear
I
it.
have like, if you want to tell the story, we have plenty of time, but
True.
if you don't feel like telling the story, then no worries.
Um, gosh, trying to see. Okay. Do you guys want to hear the story? Bro, this one seemed easy. Now it got super tedious. Yeah, it did. Okay, so story time. Yes. Okay. So it's gonna have to start from like a few years back. Um. Okay,
Boring.
bruh,
I'm
this is about to get intense, man. Okay. Anyways,
just
so
keeping the mood light.
whatever. So when I transferred from a community college in San Antonio to go to UT in Austin, and I that's when I moved out and everything. And I got an apartment with the boyfriend I had at the time. We were together for almost 6 years. Um, that's irrelevant, but anyways, um, so growing up, I've told you guys like that my family treated me like really awfully. They really did. Um, so and my mom has apologized so many times for this. Um, and she's really different now. But like before this incident happened in 2019, before all of that, she like legit, like, I hope she doesn't hear this, like, did not care at all. And she would not check up on me. She wouldn't see, like, if I needed anything. She never offered anything. I, like, paid for everything. I saved and worked hard and paid for everything. Um, and anyway, she wouldn't ever call me unless she needed help with something. And I realized that. And she would like put me down a lot and just make me feel like, I don't know, she just a lot of stuff. And so, yeah, one day I decided like, even though you're family, I can't have people that are like toxic and awful like that around me. It just like brings me down. So I told her I wasn't gonna call her. I wasn't gonna contact her anymore. Um, unless she contacted me, unless she called me. I said she had to call. And so I told her that. And she texted me two times. And for 8 months, we didn't talk because she didn't call. And then it wasn't until September of 2019. It's already 8 months into not talking. I have a tumor on my pancreas, and I went to the doctor to get the tumor biopsied to see like if it was cancerous or not. It's not cancerous, so that's good. But the biopsy caused it aggravated my pancreas and caused me to have pancreatitis. And I was at my apartment, and this is skip forward. Ex and I broke up. Me and my best friend at the time were living together, but she wasn't going to be there for a few weeks. So I was home at the apartment alone. And if you don't know, with pancreatitis, you can't eat or drink anything. It just aggravates it more and makes it worse. Like, I couldn't even sip water because I would throw everything up if I tried. And so the first day I felt really, really tired, and I was like, let me just sleep it off. Maybe it'll go away tomorrow or something. Well, over the course of 5 days, I went from 95 pounds to 78 pounds. And after the first day, I was fucked. Like, after the first day, thank you. Okay, so what was the last thing y'all heard? Did y'all hear how, like, I was saying on day 3, I started to feel like I might not make it? Okay, I'm assuming that y'all did. Yeah, and then, so 4th and 5th day, that's when it felt like I had the choice to leave if I wanted to leave, and, or stay if I wanted to stay and keep fighting. It felt like I was at the bottom of a staircase, and it was like something I was supposed to do. It felt like that was just the next step in my journey. And I don't know if I was dreaming. I don't know. But on the 4th and 5th day, I saw my grandfather and my great-grandparents who had passed away. And it was mainly my grandfather that was talking to me, and I never met him. He was telling me, like, I could feel him there. Like, I felt him hug me. And he told me, if you're ready to come, we are so excited. Like, we can't wait. He's like, I can't wait to finally meet you. And, like, you know, he was just, like, explaining how much he loves us. And it was just wild. And I saw, like, so many colors that were, like, so insanely vibrant. Like, I can't even explain it. Yeah. And so, yeah, so I had that happen. And then, and I was like telling him, like, I kind of do want to go. Like, this feels good. I felt nothing, but,
I think someone might need a spanking.
Oh. Wait, what? Didn't I do this earlier? Yeah, what the fuck? That's weird. Hi, Erden. Hi, Celery. I'm telling my story, you guys. Okay, so anyways. Fuck, where was I?
Vibrant colors.
Huh? Oh, yeah. And so, anyways, it was just like really crazy. And during that time, I felt nothing but complete peace and complete bliss. It is the best feeling I've ever had in my life. The best feeling. And honestly, I miss it. I wish I could feel that feeling again. It's really weird. But yeah, anyways, so that happened. My uncle went to check on me because we used to talk every day. He hadn't heard from me. So then he found me, took me to the hospital. And when I got to the hospital, the doctors like weren't even sure if I was gonna make it. And the doctor that was like taking care of me said like it's a good thing he told my uncle it's a good thing you brought her in when you did, because like this she wouldn't have made it. She would have made it maybe a day or 2 max. And I could feel myself like I was not gonna make it another day. That was gonna be the day. So yeah, my uncle went to go check on me and all that happened, and I ended up having to stay in the hospital for 2 weeks. It was a long time. And so I told my little sister about it. My little sister told my mom about it. And my mom finally calls me. So I answer. And she asked me if she can come and see me. Because of, you know, like she wants to see if I'm okay. And I told her no. I was like, you haven't checked to see if I'm okay in the past 8 months. You don't deserve to come and check on me now. And she kept saying like, no, but she wants to. And I was like, don't. And I said that, and she didn't come, but she should have. She should have gone, even though I said not to. She knew where it was. And that was like maybe the biggest heartbreak of my life. After that, like, after that, I think I went through like a little bit of a manic phase with bipolar, and then I started to get into a really bad depression. But yeah, ever since then, she's been so different and so like patient and like so caring, and like she's really, really different. She's changed so much, and that's all that matters. But it was really hard. I felt like so shitty. My dad wasn't there growing up. I felt like everyone hated me. And I was like, damn, like I almost died and she wasn't there. Like, I still could have died even after we talked and she wasn't there. I don't know, it hurt me so bad. I've healed a lot from it though. But anyways, so I went into a hardcore depression and I tried reaching out to people, but no one really gave me like good advice, I guess. I tried telling my uncle, but my uncle was like more about like him wanting to talk about his problems to me. And I couldn't handle it. I couldn't do all of that. And then my dad and I started up a relationship again, and he lives in Austin. And I had to move in with him because of this crazy thing that happened with my roommate, which is her own thing. And I don't want to get into it, but anyways, I needed to like leave my apartment ASAP, and so I went to go stay with my dad. And so I was there at my dad's for 6 months, and I started drinking. Like, I would drink in the evenings, and then it became like, you know, I'd start drinking at noon, and then it became like drinking from the mornings. Then it became drinking in the, like, as soon as I wake up, and I was drunk all the time. All the time. Hi, Callie. I didn't know how else to keep myself from like, you know, I thought it was helping, but it wasn't. I was at the point where like for months I would wake up every day, and as soon as I would open my eyes, I would cry because I saw that I was alive and I had to go through life another day, and I had to, and I can breathe, and I have to get up, and so on. You're welcome, Kelly. I'm glad it helped. Yeah, so that's where I was. So yeah, I started drinking all the time. And then what happened was, so this friend of mine, this guy that I pretty sure was trying to take advantage of me, he was upset that I canceled plans with him. And I felt so bad. And I'm just like this. And I've come to the conclusion that I can't be this nice with everyone. So he was really upset with me. So you know what I did? I went to the grocery store, I picked up a cake, and I drove 45 minutes away to his place to go drop off an I'm sorry cake for canceling plans on hanging out. The fuck? The fuck? What was I thinking? Dude, I don't fucking know. I don't know. But yeah. And so I get there and he never showed up. He wouldn't answer me. And so I was sitting there waiting for a while, and then I decided I gave up. And so I started driving back home. It was late at night, and I went into like a manic episode, and I was so drunk and I was crying, and I was like, I'm such an awful person to like do that. And like, I was like, this is why like people hate me and whatever, like saying crazy stuff. Oh, thanks for the follow.
Hello
Tay.
there.
Yeah, really crazy stuff. I went into a manic episode, and I was driving down like the highway thing. I was going 115 in a 50-mile-per-hour zone. Talking to my grandma right now, can hear you. No worries, no worries. You do your thing. Yeah, and I was like going in and out of traffic. It was so bad. Oh gosh, I hope everything's okay. I was going in and out of traffic, which, oh my gosh, ever since then, I do my best to be careful because I don't ever want to hurt me or anyone else, and I could have. But anyways, so that happened. I got pulled over by a sheriff. Didn't hurt anyone, didn't get in a wreck or anything. But I got pulled over by a sheriff. And so, you know, he could tell that I was drunk. And I told him, I was like, look, I'm so sorry. Like, I never even get in trouble. I'm never even late to class. I want to go to medical school. Like, this is going to be so hard if this goes on my record. Hi, Tiharu. You came at an interesting time. And so then I tell the sheriff, I'm like, my dad is also police with, like, he's a certain position with the police department. And he was like, oh, okay. And he was like, let me call him. And so he called my dad. My dad answered, and he starts telling him what happened. And he said, if you can come down here and pick her up, then I will let her go. I hope you have a good therapist. This is some serious shit. Bruh, I just found one. No, it is some serious shit. Wait till you hear this. Yeah, so the sheriff told my dad, you know, I'm willing to let her go with a warning if you come and pick her up. Because I can't let her just go like this. And my dad replied with, no, I'm not going to pick her up. You should arrest her, send her to jail, tow her car, and teach her a lesson. And that's what they did. And I spent the night there. And the next day, I was dating someone and I had to ask him to pick me up from there. I had no one else I could call. My dad wouldn't talk to me. My dad kicked me out and he kept my car. To be fair, he's the one that got it for me. But anyways, thanks, Callie. I love you guys too. Yeah, so that's what he did. And look, don't get me wrong. I totally get teaching your kids a lesson. I get it. But doing it where it fucks up their life and doing it without thinking, like, there was so many months that he could have talked to me, that he could have seen how bad and depressed I was. And then for me, like, me feeling at rock bottom, and then for him to do that, it was so wrong. So fucked up. It was so fucked up. You don't do that. Anyways, so yeah, the guy I was dating, glad you're doing better, but you always got us if you need someone. Aw, you guys are so sweet. I know, I love you guys. Yeah, so I went over to the guy's place that I was dating, and wait for this. So my uncle felt like a father to me because he was always there. My dad wasn't there when I was growing up. And so my dad runs like behind my back and goes to tell my uncle what happened before I get to tell him. And so my uncle calls me and he starts yelling at me saying, like, you ruined your life. I can't believe you did this, whatever, whatever. Like, you're so dumb to do this, whatever, whatever. And I was like crying and I was trying to tell him that, like, I was so depressed and I was drinking a lot and I just didn't know how else to handle the depression. And I was like, I know I shouldn't have done it, but like, I can't change it. And I was telling him how like sad I was. Like, it was to the point where, you know, and I told him that, and he was like, you know what? If you want to go ahead and be that stupid, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and yourself. He said that. He said the word. He said it to me on the phone. Right when I had just gotten out, when I didn't know who to call. I didn't have a car. I didn't have any money with me. I had just graduated from UT. Yeah. I broke down on the floor crying. I was so hurt. I was so freaking hurt. I was like, for my mom to not care if I do, and then for my uncle, who felt like my dad, to tell me to do it. It's fucked up. Yeah. So anyways, that happened. And I was so happy that I had just I had just graduated from UT with a biology degree. And I worked so fucking hard at UT. And I was expecting to find like an awesome job, save up, apply to medical school. That was not the case. So that happened, and I got some job interviews and I got some job offers. But once they did a background check, every single one took back the offer and said like that, you know, they were sorry, they weren't looking for anyone that had an open case right now. And yeah, so I couldn't find anything for like a year. And I had to suck up all my pride. And I asked my uncle if I could stay with him because he was like an hour away from the guy I was dating. And my dad said I couldn't stay with him there anymore. So I even did that. And I was there for many months. And yeah, I couldn't find anything. I have an awesome lawyer, and I am lucky and I am thankful that she was able to get me into this program where you can get, you know, that expunged from your record. I had to be interviewed because not a lot of people get that opportunity. And so it just so happened the guy that interviewed me for that program, him and I just like got along so well, and we agreed on a lot of the same things, and he approved me for the freaking program. So it was a whole year later that I got approved. And then it wasn't gonna be like I had to do all these steps over months and months and months and classes and shit and turn all this shit in and be whatever. I had to do that, and it wasn't up until a whole nother year, just recently, like back in maybe May or June, I finally got the call from my lawyer that like everything was done and that they're removing it from my record. And I was like, fuck, man, I made one mistake. And for my dad to like make me, dude, it's so fucked. But yeah, so it was a struggle. It was a struggle, and yeah, I started streaming, and I would like for streaming to be something I could do like full time and could be where I can be financially comfortable. But yeah, there's just a lot going on this year, and you know, and then over the past 2 months, I've had 3 people in my family pass away, which has been weird as fuck. So like I needed to take time off of streaming. I couldn't stay consistent. And then I have the bad, awful internet. So it was like one thing that like fucked me over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. Yeah, and honestly, like, it was just really hard. And it wasn't until recently. It wasn't until recently. Okay. It wasn't until recently that I realized that I can do it for myself, that I can be better, and I can feel happiness again, and I can make something of myself, because my life was feeling very pointless, and I was feeling like playing with my emotion. I didn't have excitement. I didn't have motivation. I wanted to. I tried, but it would go away, and it didn't feel real. And it wasn't until recently that I finally started to feel like that. Oh, so I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that I am finally feeling better, but it's taken a long time. Yeah. Yeah, it was rough. But yeah, that's why I didn't have a job. Yeah. But thank you guys for listening. It's a lot of crazy stuff, for sure. But I think from here on out, I think things are gonna start looking up. I feel like they are. I feel like they finally are. Oh, thanks. You definitely deserve to be happy after all that. Oh, thank you guys. You know, and this is why, like, I also tell everyone, like, you know, when some people are arguing in voice chat or something dumb, or they're getting upset that someone is getting upset with them first, I'm like, don't fight anger with anger. Like, it's not gonna make it better. I went through everything that I went through, and I still told all of those people that I have love for them as a person. I may not respect them, but I have love for them as a person, and I don't want to see them hurt. I would never wish anything bad upon them. Never. And we should have never. And it was hard to feel that way also. It was hard to feel that way. After, like, being told the things I was told and being treated the way I was treated, it was hard. I honestly am so thankful that I'm like this. I can see how, you know, for someone else, they could have easily, like, been like someone who hates the world and hates people. And I don't know. But I'm the opposite. I love the world and I love people. And I love you guys. And I am happy to share my story if it helps someone out. It helps someone out. So, yeah. Yeah. So that's why I say be nice and be loving, man. You don't know what someone else is going through. Rocket, you are enough. You always have been. You always will be. You don't know me, but I hope you know that regardless. You're so sweet. I really appreciate you guys. Like, I love you guys so much. You guys are so sweet and kind. Like, fuck. It's awesome that I've met you guys. Actually, it was streaming that pulled me out of the hardcore depression. I was still like, I would have good days, bad days, but it was streaming that pulled me out of like that deep hardcore depression. It was you guys. So like, yeah, streaming and like you guys and like the community, just like, it means so much to me. Yeah. Yes.
Well,
fight through
so
that.
that's the reason we don't have a decked out gaming setup.
That's the reason, man. That's the
That's
reason.
the reason. And to come full circle, there
Yeah.
you are.
Dude, I know. It was a whole fucking long story. But you know what? I'm so glad that I finally have it on stream because I'm going to post the VOD and I don't want to have to re-say the story all over again. So,
So now people can
yeah.
make a command for that. Just say
Yeah.
! Life story.
I know. I'm just gonna. I honestly might make it a command and like put the link to the VOD for real. Oh my gosh, yes.
There you go.
But yeah, so I've just had like a lot of craziness.